I am driving in some crazy heavy wind right now. I told you you're gonna go see Mama.
I missed you.
Hey guys, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Alli.
And we are Alli Chuck Adventures. And this week we are
in Stone Mountain, Georgia, my hometown.
And we are here to celebrate Alli's mother's
80th birthday.
For those of you who have been following our channel, you know that she's been up here for the past 2 weeks helping her mom get reacclimated back to the house.
Yep.
So, if you're new to our channel, we would really appreciate it if you'd take just a quick second and hit that red subscribe button down below.
And ring that bell notification so you can follow us on our journey.
So after mowing all day and driving for almost 9.5 hours, I finally made it here to Georgia late on Friday night. Almost ended up being Saturday morning. It was like 11:45 when I finally got here. And it was so good seeing Alli and reuniting with her. It's the longest we've ever been apart, being 2 weeks, and Nikki was so excited.
Hi, little one. Hi.
I told you you're gonna go see Mama.
I missed you.
I told you were gonna go see the Mama. You gotta go see the Mama. So one thing that happened on my drive up here, me and Nikki had stopped at a rest area and we were just taking a break, and I decided it was getting close to dark, so I thought I would turn on the front lightsaber lights that are DOT approved. And when I went to do that, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and check the hitch, because I typically check everything when I stop anyway. I had stopped at a rest area not too long before that, and I didn't check anything. This time I did, and it's a good thing I did, because one of the weight distribution bars had come loose. The bracket that holds it in, the little pin, the safety pin that holds it in, it was gone. It was missing, and I don't know when I lost it. I don't really remember hitting anything super rough, and everything seemed to be towing fine. I didn't really notice anything different, but the bar was just hanging. I ended up kind of jerry-rigging it together with a tie-down strap. That's the only thing I could think to do. And I'm gonna have to, I guess, order a replacement part for that when we get home. I'm gonna basically do the same thing. I drove probably, it was about halfway when I discovered this, I guess, and I drove with the strap. The strap worked fine. So I guess I'm just going to do the same thing going home for now, just tie it down again with the strap. It's a good idea to check everything when you stop for gas or stop for a rest area or for a break, to go ahead and check tires, check your lugs, just make sure there's nothing out of place. Because had I not done that, you know, that bar could have maybe swung around and ended up like hitting my truck or something. I don't know. It was just hanging there. So as I was just telling you guys, I got in really late on Friday night, and Saturday morning we got up
and started getting ready for the birthday party. Friday night I decorated the house and put balloons and streamers and a lot of different pretty things for the party. And my best friend growing up, my next door neighbor, childhood friend, she came over for the party a little bit earlier and got everything so beautiful, festive, with a wine bar and the dining room table filled with food and cake, and it was amazing. She did a wonderful job of making everything so beautiful.
And you didn't tell her her name.
Her name is Bridget.
I was going to say, you better give her some credit and give her, you know, tell her her name. We thank you, Bridget.
Yeah.
She rocked. She worked the whole time, honestly. So.
She was a wonderful hostess.
Yep. Your mom really enjoyed the party.
She really did. Seeing her smile and laugh with all her friends made me so happy.
She had, yeah, you didn't mention that, but she had like all of her teacher friends that she used to teach with, and just friends throughout life that, you know, come and make the trek down to, some of them drove as much as 2 or 3 hours to come and celebrate her birthday with us.
Yep.
So we really appreciated everyone doing that, and her mom loved it, I know that. outside our window is awesome. Can't wait to get out there and paddleboard on Stone Mountain Lake tomorrow. So yesterday we ended up airing up our paddleboards with our new little air pump, and that thing rocks so far. Ours has done well for the few times that I've used it, but aired them up and we were able to launch, like I said, right here. And we paddled all the way out to this little island out here. We ended up paddling over to the grist mill.
So basically where we're at right now, it's like some kind of like a little grist mill.
That's the grist mill where those pretty trees were.
Oh yeah.
Back a couple years ago.
That's right. And if you want to check out that video, we'll put in the link above here. And now we're going to head over to the covered bridge.
And we paddled under the covered bridge, and that was really fun. It scared Nikki a little bit. The car's going back and forth over the bridge, bump, 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 bump. You know, it was. She was like, not super scared, but she was like, "What is that?
This is new."
Yeah. But we had a really good day, just paddling around and
enjoying being on the water in general.
Yeah.
I had never done it before. So.
We are really loving these paddle boards, by the way. Not sorry we bought these at all. Not sorry. So far, we've used them several times now, no issue. I did tell Alli this morning that when I was deflating her paddleboard, I noticed a little leak around the valve, but I think that's what the wrench is for that came with it. I just got to tighten it a little bit. I think it's worked itself loose just a little. It was not enough of a leak to even take any pressure out of it, though. It was just like a very little bubble, you know.
And then Chuck had the wonderful idea to see if Mom wanted to come over and do a little grilling out for dinner, and so I did. I talked to her and said, "Mom, you want to come over and grill some hamburgers?" And she said, "That sounds like a wonderful idea." So we went and picked her up and brought her back and enjoyed having dinner together and watching a little TV and playing card games, and we just had a fun little night together.
So last night, while Alli and her mom were enjoying their post-dinner conversation here at our campground and our campsite, I decided to go back out and do some paddleboarding on my own. I wanted to kind of get some more practice in by just doing it by myself without having Nikki on the board with me, so I could practice standing up a little bit more. And I ended up paddling back almost all the way out to that little island again, and it was just really nice to be out there. It was so peaceful, not anybody around really. I was able to just lay down on the board, look at the clouds in the sky, and just really take it all in and just really relax. It was very, very peaceful and very, very calming. So the plan for today is we are actually about 80 miles from Helen. We're going to make the trek up to Helen, and we're actually meeting Happily Ever Hanks, Kyle and Renee, or as they're affectionately known, Carl and Nene.
All right.
We're nothing but silhouettes, but that's cool. Alli didn't get to see him, and she was pretty bummed about not getting to see him in St. Augustine a couple weeks ago. And we all had talked about Helen, Georgia. Renee had talked about how she would like to see Helen. So they're about an hour away. We're about an hour and a half away. We figured we're this close. Let's go ahead and see them one last time before they make their full, journey back north.
Right.
So I'm not sure what we're going to eat tonight. I don't know really yet if they're into German food, but if they are, I'm having a Wiener Schnitzel.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. So Mike was just explaining something about head on a beer.
So if you want to avoid getting too much head on your beer, put a little bit of butter on the inside rim of your glass and pour over the butter. It'll prevent the head from getting out of control.
That is
what else
awesome.
did you say?
The other thing is if your beer is too foamy, you got a little sweat on your forehead, just do a little quick wipe and touch the foam, and the salt from the sweat will lower the head off.
I didn't hear that part earlier. That's awesome.
I'll
Isn't
drink
that
to
cool?
that.
All right. As fate would have it, our pastor from our church,
His wife and the kids.
he messaged me a couple days ago. He's like, you guys are at Stone Mountain? He says, we're coming up there Monday. And he's like, how long are you going to be there for? And I said, well, we're leaving Tuesday. So the plan is they're going to come over after we get back from Helen, maybe have a little campfire, and possibly have breakfast in the morning before we leave. They're actually staying in
A yurt.
yeah, one of these yurts over here.
Yeah. We have to travel all the way up here just so we can see the moons.
Yep. And Alli's always wanted to know what a yurt's like. Maybe we'll get to see their yurt before we leave, you know? I'm pretty sure this is our 4th time camping here. And I gotta say, we love this campground. Like, our campsite is literally right over there, and we can just launch our kayaks right here. It is kind of cutting through a site here, but there's not been anybody in this site the whole time we've been here. Even if there had been somebody in this site, we're not even more than 100 yards from where we could launch the paddle boards anyway. But one thing we've noticed is the roads have really fallen through in here since the last time we were here. It's like they really need to come in and do some upgrading on some of these road and some of the surfaces. And it is a little tough getting level in some of these spots. We have our tongue jack completely maxed out, and we're still just a little bit nose low, but not enough that it's that noticeable. I think we're off by like 1/4 of an inch is all. But that's the only thing I would say. We love this campground, and we love coming here. We love having well, you can't see it because it's all whited out, but Stone Mountain is right behind me right now, and it's just an amazing little campground here. Actually, I shouldn't say it's little, it's pretty large. Okay, so I just learned another lesson. As I was leaving the campsite and I retracted our stabilizing jacks up, I was watching this one as it raised up. I did not check the other side. The other side had not raised fully, and it was hanging down. And luckily we came to Alli's mom's house before hitting the road entirely, and this thing was hanging down about to here. Luckily it didn't hit anything or drag on anything and tear it up. That could have been a costly mistake. So the lesson with that is, don't always just assume that everything is raised up on the side you're seeing, that it's raised up on the other side the same way. Do a walk around and check everything.
Well, we made our little pit stop here at Buc-ee's, one of our favorite places to shop at and to check out.
Get gas.
Yeah. And we really had a great time on our trip here, and to be able to spend time with my mom for her 80th birthday. And I'm so glad that Chuck was able to join me on this journey.
So I loaded up with a pulled pork barbecue sandwich, some cherry Buc-ee soda, and what else do we get?
Well, we always
Buc-ee
like
nuggets, beaver nuggets, yeah.
Beaver nuggets. We got some Buc-ee's Nuggies, white cheddar. And then something new to try, Buc-ee's trail mix. And then I'm so excited. Sweet as a Georgia peach.
Oh, I didn't get any because they didn't have my size.
No.
Gosh. All right, successful Buc-ee's nugget run. Well, we're driving home. We're in Florida, and you can barely see the road.
Yeah, this rain is very, very strong, and it's not benefiting us in any way because it's not even raining in Fort Ritchie right now.
Well, we've been following this rain pretty much since we hit the Florida line, and now we're in Gainesville,
Yeah.
or just south of Gainesville, getting close to Ocala. And
I
it's
guess
just
this is what we're in the bills all the way home until we get out of the line.
45 mile an hour on the interstate.
Oh.
So as you can see by the map that I threw up here, that Stone Mountain Campground is quite a large campground. Very large, with a lot of sites. We stayed in the blue section this time. We've stayed in this section before. This time we were in site 335. As you can see here, like I was talking earlier, these roads are needing a little bit of service, I would say. But most of these sites are big rig friendly. One thing I would like to mention is that when we were checking in, never seen this happen before, but there was two different campers who had came into the camp office, both complaining that they couldn't either get into their site, and one was complaining that when he actually did manage to get in his site, he could not get it level. I guess he had automatic leveling, and it just would not level out his rig. So they were both asking for replacement sites. It made us a little nervous because we did not know what our site was going to look like. Luckily, we had a great site. It was easy to get into. We did have to, like I said, run the tongue jack all the way up to get level though. Some of the campground spots over near the office and down towards the yurts, I would say is more of like a resort feel, and those sites all are kind of sandwiched in there. You're pretty close to your neighbor. There's not really a lot of woodsy type of camping feel. More of a resort feel, I would say. All right, so that was just a little quick look at our campground loop, and then driving back towards the campground office.
If you are new to our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ring that bell notification so you can follow us on our journey.